Hey everybody, it's Ed. Today we are going to be talking about Elvis Presley. Wow, really? Yeah. Today, specifically, we are going to talk about albums that were released by RCA on the subdivision Camden label. I really don't know too much about this, I gotta be honest with you. Tried to do a little research. Basically, what it boils down to is Camden was like budget. What does that mean? That basically, they were cheaper. Camden LP releases started in 1969 with this one. Now, this is Elvis Sings Flaming Star. This initially was released as Singer Presents Elvis Sings Flaming Star on the RCA label. It was actually an interesting label. It was a different color, I guess because it was a special promotion. It was RCA Singer Corporation. So it was kind of like on a, I want to say like a mustard colored, not quite orange, not quite yellow label. I should have brought it out to show you, but I didn't. But then shortly after, it was also released on the Camden LP, or Camden label, I should say. And all the Camden labels, since the beginning, were on the blue label. Okay. Now, basically, what could be said about these? Well, again, they were deemed budget releases, meaning that they were cheaper than your regular RCA long play album. So, the song selections on these are questionable. Some people may enjoy the songs more than others, but this particular album was never one of my favorites. It's not something I usually gravitate towards or throw on the turntable. Actually, I think there's probably one time that I can actually remember playing this particular album. But yeah, this one is an original. One of the ways to tell the original from, I believe later pressings took this out. There's a box here that says "For Wonderful World," has an asterisk next to it, and the asterisk says, "From the MGM movie Live a Little, Love a Little, now at a theater near you." So I actually am not sure if that was ever changed or taken off, but there you go. All right, so that was the first one. And another thing I wanted to point out is on top it will tell you if it's a stereo or a mono release. We'll get into that in a minute. All right, and then the next one that they released was Let's Be Friends. Actually, this was one that, especially when my daughter was growing up, and my son, when they were both young, I used to put this one on a lot. Because they had some songs on here that they would respond to, so I used to play this one quite often. So yeah, I like this one. This is a stereo release. This one has Stay Away Joe, If I'm a Fool for Loving You, Let's Be Friends, Let's Forget About the Stars, Mama. That really wasn't the side I would play. I would usually play side two. I'll Be There, Almost, Change of Habit, and Have a Happy. So, yeah, same thing. Now, with these releases, the funny thing about them was that usually they would come with a plain white inner sleeve, or sometimes you would get one and there would be no sleeve inside at all. So, when they said budget, I guess they weren't kidding. All right, so far we had Flaming Star, then we have Let's Be Friends. All right, and then 1970 saw the release of Elvis's Christmas album. Now, eventually what happened was, I believe up until 1975, Camden was in existence, and then I believe Pickwick took over these releases. One thing I do remember from the Pickwick releases, especially as a kid, because I remember like my friends would get a Pickwick release and they would throw it on, and it would usually be warped, or they would skip, or they would be very, very noisy. I remember not having good experiences with Pickwick. Camden, however, not so bad. I play these, some of these a lot, and they still sound pretty freaking good. All right, so again, 1970, Almost in Love. Now, there is a discrepancy with this one where they have listed Stay Away Joe on the cover. However, it is not Stay Away Joe, it is the song Stay Away. This one has Almost in Love, Long-Legged Girl with this short dress on, Edge of Reality, My Little Friend, A Little Less Conversation, Rubbernecking, Clean Up Your Own Backyard, U.S. Mail, Charo, and Stay Away, even though it says Stay Away Joe. I do believe they eventually released a corrected cover that stated Stay Away, but I do not have that one. This is an original pressing. All right, and again, it's on the blue label. So that was 1970. All right, and then we go to 1971. So what have we done so far? We are up to, from 1969 to 1970, they released 1, 2, 3, 4. So they released 4 of these within basically a year and a half, 2 years. All right, so now let's go to 1971. You'll Never Walk Alone. All right, again, this is a stereo. Is it? Oh, no. Actually, this one is mono. This one has You'll Never Walk Alone, Who Am I, Let Us Pray, There'll Be Peace in the Valley, We Call on Him, I Believe, It's No Secret What God Can Do, Sing You Children, and Take My Hand, Precious Lord. All right, so here we have some mono mixes. Good stuff. All right, here was another favorite, especially when my daughter was a little girl. Come On Everybody, Elvis. This is another mono pressing, which is pretty good because a lot of these songs actually on this album I do enjoy. So this one we have Come On Everybody, Angel, Easy Come, Easy Go, Whistling Tune, Follow That Dream, I'll Take Love, Today, Tomorrow, and Forever, King of the Whole Wide World, I'm Not the Marrying Kind, This Is Living. I'm Not the Marrying Kind, that was a favorite of my daughter's when she was little, and we used to sing that all the time. So, mono pressing, good stuff. All right, now, again, 1971, I Got Lucky. All right, again, blue label. This one is mono as well. All right, we have the songs I Got Lucky, What a Wonderful Life, I Need Somebody to Lean On, Yoga Is as Yoga Does. Riding the Rainbow, Fools Fall in Love, The Love Machine, Home is Where the Heart Is, You Gotta Stop, and If You Think I Don't Need You. So, basically, the back of the albums, they would advertise previous releases for the Camdens, but there you go. All right, we're almost done. Only a few more. We are now in 1972. Oh, man. This is probably, this and I think Come On Everybody and Let's Be Friends, my earliest recollections of Camden releases. This one I really don't have much to say about. I don't think this one has actually ever hit my turntable. We have Down by the Riverside, When the Saints Go Marching In, They Remind Me Too Much of You, Confidence, Frankie and Johnny, Guitar Man, Long-Legged Girl with the Short Dress On, You Don't Know Me, How Would You Like to Be, Big Boss Man, Old MacDonald, plus 2 bonus songs, Guitar Man and Big Boss Man. That's where they put Guitar Man and Big Boss Man for the first time on LP. They put it on a budget release. Wait, it gets better. Here we go. Okay, 1972? Yeah, this should be 72. Yep, 72. Elvis, Burning Love. And hits from his movies. Yep, this is how they released Burning Love on an LP. Oh my God. Burning Love, Tender Feeling, Am I Ready? Tonight Is So Right for Love. Guadalajara, It's a Matter of Time. No More, Santa Lucia, We'll Be Together, and I Love Only One Girl. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Advertises coming in early 1973, Elvis' satellite album, Aloha from Hawaii, including many songs never before recorded by Elvis. This is the bonus photo that came with this album. The initial release had the little starburst on the bottom telling you there was a limited time offer with a special bonus. And then I think subsequent pressings, they took that little thing off. And then, of course, it went to Pickwick. All right. So this was 1972. So you had a huge hit of Burning Love all the way up to number 2 on the Billboard charts. And this is the album that they released it on. All right. And then the last Camden release that I am going to show, because essentially there were a couple more after this. However, these are the real, the core, if you will, Camden releases. And the last one was Separate Ways. All right, and again, this was 1972. And again, pretty popular song before, you know, Elvis at the time. Yeah, they put it on a Camden budget release with this is a terrible cover. I'm sorry. It's not the picture of Elvis. It's just the concept of it. I don't know. It's whatever. This one is also stereo. All right. And this one initially came with the little postcard. And that is pretty much it regarding these releases. All right. So, you know, just basically to recap, this one we do have in stereo. Burning Love is also stereo. This is stereo. All right, I Got Lucky is in mono. And again, it's cool to hear the mono mix, especially on this one. I like this one a lot. Come on, everybody. This is a mono. And same with this. You'll Never Walk Alone. Mono. And Almost in Love. This one is stereo. And Elvis's Christmas album. This is in mono, which is sweet. Sounds good. And Let's Be Friends. This is in stereo. And then the very first one that I showed you, which was Elvis Sings Flaming Star. This is in stereo as well. Now, thing that's really good about these albums is you can still find them relatively cheap. They're really not expensive. I think even in mint condition, you're probably not going to pay more than $5, $10 for any of these albums. And if you do see them more than that, I would not recommend buying them for that much. Like I said, now my experience with Pickwick has never been good. So I always veered away from the Pickwick releases because, like I said, either from warping or just poorly pressed records, pops, scratches, skipping, things like that. My earliest recollections of the Pickwicks. So I avoid them like the plague. And again, not too hard to find these. I'm sure if you search eBay, you could probably get them. So I would definitely look out for these. Again, if you're interested. If you're not, then don't. All right, but neat little collection. So between 1969 to 1972, they had released 10 of these budget LPs, and this is basically the collection. So what am I missing here? They had one called Mahalo, but I believe that was Pickwick. I don't even think that was Camden. They had something called Double Dynamite, which I believe was 1975, but I don't think there's anything unique on Double Dynamite compared to the 10 that I showed you. And if there is, it really didn't matter as far as me getting it for the collection. All right, but again, these are the 10 core Camden LPs that were released for the budget label by RCA from 1969 through 1972. So within a 4-year time span, there were 10 of these budget LPs released. All right. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else I can really say about these. I appreciate you watching. If you'd like, you can leave a comment. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's staying safe. God bless you and your families. Good to yourselves. Good to each other. Take care.